Yo, what's up, world? It's your boy Hop.
And this is your boy Antonio Ramsey, aka Mr. Bump.
And we are the Social
Cypher.
All right, look, the Social Cypher is a platform like none other.
We got some of the hottest hip-hop and R&B artists coming together for one amazing cypher virtually this time.
Yes, quarantine edition. Quarantine.
Shout out to Tory Lanez.
Here we go. And we got an amazing show for you today, so stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to a quarantine special edition of the Social Cypher.
Quarantine.
I'm so excited. I got my boy Hop with me. Hop, how you feeling, man? How you feeling?
I am good, my brother. Staying creatively quarantined as always, my dog.
Creatively quarantined. Speaking of creative quarantine,
come on.
I got to introduce, starting with the person that's on my screen below me.
Okay.
It's Honesty herself. I'm going to say Honesty because she know I love that song, Myla. Listen,
What's
me and
up?
Myla, we go way back like a Cadillac. Listen, Myla is one of my favorite artists. If you have not heard of Myla, please go listen to Myla. Myla, let the people know who you are and where you're from real quick.
Real quick, my name is Myla. I am born and raised in Indiana, but I've been in Atlanta, for a long time. So I'm a peach now. Singer, songwriter, creative extraordinaire.
Singer. Now,
Thank
also,
you.
family on down here. I got one more for me. The Miss Cookie Turner's down here. She on my screen. Now let me tell you something. When you speak of voices and soul, when you want soul and that good singing, turn that to your call. Cookie Turner, tell the people who you are and tell them a little about you.
Without all of that, my name is Cookie Turner. I'm originally from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Hey.
I have been in LA for about 3 years, and I just love all kinds of music. I love what I do. I love making beautiful sounds.
Hey, come on, Cookie. And all right, I'd like to introduce somebody, the queen, who is, I got to represent for the hip hop side, okay? Okay, Miss the Queen of the Bars, Miss Bliss, and she's way down the list of mine. But Miss Bliss.
Hey y'all, what's good?
What's up?
Give us a little info about you.
Well, my name is Miss Bliss. I'm from Compton, California, and I am a rapper, certified rapper.
Hey, certified.
As well as a beauty enthusiast and a relationship expert.
Oh,
so yeah. So my style is very personal yet raunchy and aggressive, but it has some beauty to it at the same time. And I like to call it glam gutter. So
glam gutter, hashtag glam gutter. We're gonna make sure we throw that somewhere.
You got to.
Now I got to go to the homie on here, Mr. Malcolm Ali. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to the crooning, we're gonna say the crooning. My dog, he got that on lock. Malcolm Ali, tell him a little about you, man. Tell him about you.
What's good, Antonio? What's up, y'all? My name is Malcolm Ali. I'm originally from the Jersey Shore, really random. Been in LA about 2 or 3 years now.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, I'm like an old soul crooner. I just love good singers and good music. So that's all I'm trying to do and trying to make. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, my brother. Welcome to the show, man.
Now, last but not least,
go ahead.
We got Mr. We're gonna call him the silent killer because his voice is so unique, man. Sean Royal, tell the people about you and what you do.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Sorry I was on mute for a second. I had dogs barking in the back.
No problem.
But my name is Sean. I'm an R&B singer, songwriter. I feel like God's gave me this gift to put joy and happiness in people's hearts with my music, and honestly, I'm just here to touch people's hearts with the gift that God's given me. So I'm just happy to be here, honestly.
Wow.
Well, welcome,
Thank you, man. Thank y'all for joining us, each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for joining us.
So let's jump right into it. Okay, we're just gonna go right into it. All right. So a lot of new music is coming out right now, including the new Drake album, the new Drake tape, whatever you want to call it. Okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying. And the reviews have kind of been, up or down. Cats is like, it's good, it's not good. But one fan said, and I quote, after hearing Drake's album, I have to reconsider if it's my favorite rapper. Okay.
Oh wow.
Damn.
That's a loaded statement.
That's a quote. Now that's a quote. So that means somebody said that.
This is a quote, and I quote. Period. That's it. Now, my question to you guys is, right? If an artist or you gave your fans 3 to 4 solid pieces of project, and they jump in the ship after one joint and switching up on you, do you think they were a real follower in the beginning?
No.
Okay.
Oh. So you said that first. Now, let's go. We're gonna start ladies first. Cookie, go for it.
I don't think necessarily that they weren't a real fan. I would think that they were a little bandwagon.
Okay.
And can I use an example?
Go ahead. Of course.
The example that I would give would be Jazmine Sullivan. So for a lot of people who don't know and who like, their first introduction to her was like Need You Bad. It was vastly different from the fans that knew her, but we still rocked with her. But those who have been following her, she was like 15 and she had her first album. That whole first album was like, it still was her, but then it wasn't. So a lot of people were like, okay, maybe this is just because she got her first deal and this is how she, she wants to work it. But then, with that album, she got a whole new slew of fans. She had people who had never heard her before. But then she puts out the second album and everybody's like, oh, this is so different. This ain't what we're used to. But the fans that had been with her from the beginning was like, yes, finally, like, Jazmine the way we know her. So I don't think it's necessarily like I was never a fan. You just caught different ears. And when artists tend to want to grow and expand, they're always going to have people who want them to be in the box that they first found them in. Which doesn't necessarily mean they're not a fan. It's just that they were, they heard a different sound than the sound that
they're used to.
That they were used to.
I'll agree with what Cookie said. I think sometimes people compare being like a fan of music artists to sports too often. And you have people like Knicks fans, for example, whose teams haven't won anything in a very long time, and they'll still ride or die support them no matter what, till the day they die. Yeah. I don't think music's that way. I think as artists, sound shifts, you as a listener, what you want to hear might also change. So I feel like Cookie said, you can't really say that they're not a fan or they never were fans. I think that they just evolved.
I'm different.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to that, in a sense, I feel like an artist, like Miss Cookie was saying, an artist has a certain following that is like comes from an audience, and the audience is used to a certain type of content. And so it's like a person could be a follower or somebody who's a fan, but they just don't rock with the person connected that way. They just rock with their music because it's a certain frequency of that sound that they're used to, that type of energy, that type of vibe. For example, Chance the Rapper he's an independent rapper, and a lot of people at first weren't jumping on the bandwagon because the kind of music he was doing, it was different from normal hip hop because he was bringing gospel and he was bringing hip hop in a positive way that other artists do, but they're used to a certain kind of sound. But other people, in a sense, it's like with this kind of music and things that we do as people, as artists, we all don't fit in the box, but people are used to putting us in a box. So when we stay in the box, people are like, okay, he's staying in his box. He's staying in his lane. So people are like, okay, that's what I'm used to. That's what I want to hear. People, people want to hear gospel music, they're going to play some gospel music. People want to hear some rap, they're going to play some rap. They want to hear some R&B, they're going to hear some R&B. So I feel like that person that said that is used to Drake being in his, feelings and talking about stuff he talks about at the past, which actually drawed me connected to Drake in a sense. But I still respect the man. He got craft, he got skills. Can't knock his skills, can't knock his talent.
Definitely.
He continues to innovate himself and still be relevant to this day. And that's a gift, that's a talent. So I feel like that person's just used to a certain mentality and they don't want him to change, but everybody's gonna change eventually.
So let me ask you this. Before I hand it over to Antonio real quick. Do you feel like sometimes fans or followers of your brand of music can be selfish at times? Because it sounds like, because sometimes people want us to stay in this certain way, sing this certain note. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think about like, and it's super old, but like Sᴜʀbsᴄʀɪ. We knew Sᴜʀbsᴄʀɪ for that. Yeah. Like that run, we knew it was a Sᴜʀbsᴄʀɪ run. Okay?
Heard that. I heard that. It's on wax. I heard you singing a little bit, bro.
But you know, when he stopped doing it, Cass was like, wait, that ain't the thong song Sᴜʀbsᴄʀɪ I know. So I'll just go, let me throw that out to you real quick. Do you feel like sometimes fans could be selfish or want what they want and only what they want?
Go ahead. I just feel like fans get spoiled. You know what I'm saying? Like, you give them so much that they feel like you're not giving them enough. You know what I'm saying? Or you're giving me I get used to you doing something all the time that I'm not even allowing you to like grow or give me more of you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're just selfish because they're spoiled. Like it gets a little annoying because music should be free. You know what I'm saying? You should be allowed to create. You know what I mean? But people put so much pressure on you because they're not truly fans. If you really think about a fan, go back in the day, diehard fans were like...
They don't care.
Now music is so oversaturated and everybody's attention span is so short that they're quick to be like, if I don't like this song, I'm bouncing on. I don't like that person. Like, and they'll say, I'm a fan just because you like a song. No, a fan
or a look.
Exactly. A fan is
or
somebody
a look
likes
or a style
as a person, like, and they're rocking with you no matter what. Like, I love Drake. I'm a fan. He can do no wrong in my eyes. So whether it's whack or not, I'm still like, yo, I still rock with him.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think like in this day and age, like the most important thing is to kind of connect with your audience, because I was telling someone this earlier today, like, you know, your music is important, your art is important, but basically right now, because things are so oversaturated, you're selling yourself. So if you connect with people, then you're going to have people that rock with you. Now, Drake, that's a different story because he's on a very, very high plateau. And I haven't heard the new project, but for the most part, I just feel like, you know, we have to sell ourselves because you are your best product. So, you know, I got people that, like I did a live last week. And I got people that are diehards that like buy things and like they'll buy merch. And I was doing like a little contest and I was like, you know, if you can name 3 of my 5 EPs, you know, I'll give you a free t-shirt. And there was only like 2 people that could do it. And I saw the people that were in the live, they have bought things, they have come to shows, but they have apparently bought things because they rock with me, not necessarily because they just fell in love with a project.
That's dope.
And I've done that too. There's definitely that I buy their stuff. And I couldn't name 3 songs on the album. I don't know. But I rock with them. So
I'll help push it. I'll help promote it because I like who you are as an artist and as an individual. But I just haven't had the time to like really delve into it. And sometimes it just don't need my opinion like that. Like I can be a fan of who you are, and because I'm not rocking with it, don't mean that project or that song isn't meant for somebody else. And it's not.
Exactly.
And it defines them.
Right. Art is all subjective, you know. Whoever likes it, that's who it's for.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna say one more thing before y'all move on. I think also the thing about it is that we as artists and creatives, we take it so personally because this is our heart, you know, this is our expression. And sometimes we just don't get how you don't see where we came from when we poured so much into it. And it's because a lot of people just kind of think of it as entertainment so they can take it or leave it. And it's just like, well, I don't feel that, so I'm just gonna publicly say that it's trash because I don't feel it, not even thinking about the fact that like somebody took the time. Now flip side, there are a lot of artists that just put out crap and folks like it, but for the ones of us who
they
like really
deem it as great,
you know, that actually go into it, we take it personal because just because you didn't feel it don't mean that it's not good. Like, so for you to publicly say, oh, it's trash, oh, he lost me as a fan, or she's this, that, and the third.
You wasn't a fan in the first place.
Facts. That's true. I agree with everybody's opinion on that because it's true. I feel like if you're a fan, just be a fan. Don't beat around the bush. Don't say, well, I like these parts about you, but not these parts. If you like an artist, you should like all parts of an artist, not just certain parts.
I mean, when Musiq Soulchild was a rapper, I was like, what's happening? What's going on? that I was ready to hear.
Like, wait a minute.
Switch it up. Look.
I was like, excuse me, say what? Like,
Tupac, look,
I'm still a
Not
fan.
best friend.
Like, you still ain't gonna, like, I'm still gonna bump your music, but I was still kind of like,
That's not that album.
Fact. Now I got a question. I'm gonna start with Malcolm on this one because I know Malcolm, you're one of your bread and butters. I got your opportunity to come see you live at I can't remember the name of the place, but you have a residency. Next to Lounge. Okay. So during this quarantine time, I know it's been tough for everybody, especially artists, because us artists, we make our money from performing, from being on stage, from those things. So how have y'all been kind of surviving financially in this time and kind of like generating income so that you can still kind of sustain yourself?
ooh, surviving is a strong word, child.
For sure.
Listen, I got to use the word survive. Listen, I got to use the word survive sometimes. Hey, there it is. I'm going to start with Malcolm on that one.
So for me, I feel like I'm in a bit of a different predicament than a lot of other artists and musicians that I know, only because I never stopped like working another job. So I perform, that's like, I guess you could consider that my main thing, but I've always worked. When I first moved to LA, actually, I was working full-time in tech. And then as I started to make that pivot of like, all right, now I'm booking more gigs, I'm starting to do some more commercial stuff, all that. I still continued working, but I just work part-time and remote for a startup. So that's been like really ideal for this time, because although the performing has stopped, that has still continued on. So that's kind of helped me together. Yeah. But then also like I made a pivot, man. Like I started releasing some music. Finally, took me long enough to get into.
Congrats on a new single.
Thank you. You know, got a project coming out in June, and the craziest thing about it, it's not even like brand new stuff. It's some stuff that I was just holding on for like so long, because especially when you want to do the first thing, you want to make a great impression, and you're so worried about like what people are going to think of it. But I feel like now in this time, I'm like, look, everybody is at home. They don't have anything else to do.
Listen to music.
I might as well put this out and get some shit that I might normally not get, or who knows. So I've just been focusing on that. Yeah, honestly, taking it easy for the most part, yeah.
Gotcha.
Wow.
What about you, Mila? How you been kind of getting that money in?
Thank God for royalty checks.
Come on, man! Shout out to the royalties.
Yeah. My little lives have generated some money, and I'm selling merch. Yeah. And also back in November, I got my real estate license for the sole reason of supplementing, because we all know music can be up and down, because music is my main gig. And, you know, I'll have a great 6 months and then a horrible 3 months. And it sets me all the way back at square one. So last year, I got sick of it. I got completely sick of it. Got my real estate license. So I just sold my first house.
Hey! Congratulations. Get that money.
Yeah. So
Congratulations.
Thank you. That helps.
There you go.
Congrats. What about you, Mr. Royal?
Honestly, for me, started getting back into it because I was going through a lot of different stuff in my life. Like the month of November, it was pretty crazy. Like a lot of stuff happened, like family issues, relationship issues, life issues. It's all just kind of hit me like a rock. Wow. And I was at a place where I was hit with an ultimatum in a sense, when I was just like, am I really going to go after the dream that I feel like God put inside my heart? Or am I going to sacrifice this just to fit in where everybody expects me to be? And I had to really take this time, and I felt in this moment, I may not have gained anything financially, but I truly gained like this understanding of what my purpose is. And I feel like I truly believe the greatest gift that you can give to someone is love. In a sense. And financially, I'm secure because I have a family that's in the family business and construction. So I do that as well. So
shout out to the family.
I'm very thankful for that. And that's why it was so kind of like an ultimatum, because it was like, this is providing for me for money, this is providing me shelter, this is providing me all these different type of things. And music at the time wasn't doing this for me because I didn't fully commit to it, because I felt like I couldn't. I just had to take that leap of faith and just trust God and know that no matter what, your talent and gifts will make room for you.
Always.
Yes, it will.
Hold on, don't start no Bible study now. I know it's Wednesday.
I'm grabbing it.
Bible study, but don't go there now. We gotta keep be here all night. Miss Bliss, how you getting that money, Miss Bliss, right now? How you getting to the money?
Well, I am a professional hairstylist, so I've been able to actually still do the clients that I have. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to getting new clients.
Can you cut hair? Because I might need to see you.
Unless you want a bowl cut.
Do finger coils.
I'm all about something new.
Like, me know.
You know,
I come to you.
Come see me, girl.
I come to you.
But yeah, I've been able to, right before the pandemic hit, I was like really out there hustling, getting my money up to where it wasn't like a big cushion, but I was able to kind of just pay my bills and make sure I'm maintaining. And when it started looking like, oh, it's getting a little shaky, my clients was like, girl, I'm keeping my appointments. I was able to get my money and still, stay above water. So
get that money.
Falling back on that gig, you know what I'm saying? But it's not really a gig to me because I am my own boss, so it works, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So really quick, what'd you do for your birthday? Because I know your birthday just passed.
Yes!
What you do now?
Well, I didn't really do anything, honestly. I celebrated myself. I made like a little cute birthday video.
Okay.
And then my best friend is so dope. She called up all my friends and they did a birthday parade for me. So I was driving down the street, bumping my music, like it was really, truly, truly special. Like my friends and my family love me so much. They were just popping up, dropping off gifts, showing love. So it was beautiful. Thank you for asking, by the way.
Nice. Definitely got to do for birthdays. Now I'm gonna ask you a different question. I want to start with Cookie real quick. I know it's not on an agenda, but I got a question for you. How important after this pandemic, now that like artists have kind of came into something new, a lot of artists rely on the music to sustain them. Do you think there are steps that artists can take now to better cushion themselves for things like this? Like what do you think artists can kind of do to kind of prepare themselves for stuff like this? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That's just an absolute.
There are so many things that can be done. I can only say for an artist like me, who was pretty much all last year, I spent all of my time in the background. I didn't really do a lot focusing on me as an artist. I was singing for other people, working for other people, hosting other things, and all of that came to a halt. So I was just like, thankfully I was making enough money that I was smart enough to save some. So, your girl got out there and made it for a little bit. I did what I had to do.
You got to do what you got to do.
I done did it too.
Instacart, all that.
Got to.
Listen, me, my mask, and my gloves was on the streets, okay?
Okay. For being safe. Thank you for being safe.
Okay. But one thing I can say is that, now was the best time to invest in yourself. So, even though I had money saved and stuff like that, when the stimulus came, I put a little bit of that back. And then I started because I had savings. So I started buying things that I can start producing my own products. I started making sure that people that, who have been spending so much time touring and doing all this other traveling and stuff was like, hey, we both at home. Send me some tracks.
Definitely.
We're both at home. Let's have a virtual, vocal lesson or something like that. And then not only that, but I really just took the time to really be like, okay, Cookie, what do you want to do? And not just that typical, I want to sell a whole bunch of records, I want to hit a tour, I want to what kind of impact do you want to make? How can you make that impact outside of singing? Outside of people actually seeing you do the work? Because I love live music. I love doing live music. So that's my go-to. I don't necessarily even like to record. This here was project. But
I feel that.
hey, you got to get out of that box. So I would really say the best thing you can do during this time is to make sure that when we open back up, because it's going to be vastly different anyway. Being able, the vision of having shows outside of 50 to 100 people, that's kind of far down the line. And you know that we all know that that's how promoters and stuff make their money, by the amount of bodies that are coming in to the spot. So I would say really just kind of really focus and be like, okay, so what do I want to do? What are my goals? And is it past just like appearances? Because that's gonna fade. And like we've already said, the market is so oversaturated right now with, I'm just gonna say it, trash music. It's really hard to get people to, listen, be like, I got actual good content. Like, don't, because you got, not only do you got trash music, but you got trash followers. So you got people who will beef up numbers and sales and have folks thinking that they really out here doing something, and you sitting up here with like quality Grammy Award winning content and you got like 15, 20 likes. So you kind of got to think outside of like, okay, how can I reach people past this? And so that's what my main focus is. And I really think that should be everybody's focus, like outside of the appearance and even outside of the money. Because the thing about it is, I haven't made a lot of money during this time. But God has found a way to continuously take care of me to the point that like my gas tank is always full. There's always food in the fridge and there's always money in my account. Me and Amazon have gotten real close. So like, I don't really worry about the financial situation because I know that my vision and stuff is still forefront. So if I'm doing the vision I'm supposed to be doing, then I know that God is going to take care of me. Right. So my job is to figure out how I'm gonna get this vision out. And so that's what I feel like we should all make a focus on, because whether we want to accept it or not, the way we used to make money and the way we used to do music is not gonna be the same anymore.